Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here really quick before the actual video. I just spliced all of the clips together and watched it through, and it is a little bit choppy from what I think, but I had a lot of fun making all these recipes and making the video. So I'm going to keep that in mind for when I do this in the future. I'll do some more explaining, a little more showing of the actual recipes, and probably some taste tests while I'm still filming, stuff like that. If you guys have any other suggestions for these videos, let me know as well. And there's also a few things, I just want to preface this by saying there's a few things, ingredients in this video that you guys haven't even seen me haul yet. I just have not found enough stuff to do a full haul, but that should be coming up soon within the next few days, and those items will be hauled in that video. But they all came from the dumpster, and I had a lot of fun. But again, if you have any suggestions, let me know. But other than that, enjoy the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Dumpster Cam. Thank you for tuning in or checking my channel out if you are new. Today I am going to start a little, I think it's going to be a series, we'll see how it goes, of eating from the dumpster. I've done a few videos like this before, but I haven't done many, and I'm hoping to go a little bit more in depth. But I'm going to show you some days where I only eat with food that I've found in the dumpster, so I will be spending $0. I even have salt and pepper that I got from the trash a little while ago that will keep my cost at literally $0. So starting off right here on day one, all of this I found fairly recently. I'm sure there will be things I include that I have found a while ago, but these are all fairly new. So these are just going to be the main ingredients. I'll keep you updated as it's cooking. Eggs, these are frozen and kind of freezer burned, honestly, but jalapenos, bell peppers, onions, spinach, cheese, and bread. And I will be back to show you how it's going. Here is our finished product, all cooked and everything. I have the little scramble that I made with the eggs, spinach, peppers, onions, and jalapenos. I have a piece of toast with butter on the side, as well as some pineapple and some orange, and then a glass of this V8 Splash. This is the only cup I had available. The other ones are in the dishwasher. That also came from the dumpster years and years ago. So yeah, everything on this plate was completely free. It all came from the trash, even the butter and the fruit and everything. Normally I wouldn't have the toast. I don't even own a toaster. I had to toast this in a pan. Usually I would have like a slice of bacon or something like that, but I haven't found any bacon dumpster diving recently, so I have toast, and it's still very delicious, and I'm definitely going to enjoy this. So here's breakfast. Next up on our my free eating for free is lunch, and I just kept it real simple. I have this little spinach and pesto pizza. I already cooked it from Aldi. This is what it looks like, so I'm going to slice that up and have some lunch. For dumpster dinner, these are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. Just an egg, some potato chips, a can of cream of chicken. This is about 3/4, actually it might only be half of a very giant pack of chicken breasts that I got. I will probably not, well, I won't eat that fat part and everything. Some baby spinach. These are just some frozen mushrooms, and then the stuffed baby Bella mushrooms as well. So I'll prepare this just a little bit and then share with you along the way. Okay, I'm going to try to do this pretty quickly on video, but I have the chicken, I put some seasoning on it. I have one egg whipped up and then a bunch of chips that I crushed. Hopefully that's enough, but I'm just going to take the chicken, dredge it in the egg. I cut off that other part because I don't want it. Try to really get it all coated. This is just one egg, but I mean, obviously if you were doing multiple pieces of chicken, you would need more eggs. So really try to get it covered so it's wet. That's looking pretty good. And then I'm just going to take it and squish it into the chips on both sides. All right, here we go. Squish. And yes, I'm manhandling it, but I'm the one that's eating it, so it's really okay. All right, and then we'll just crunch it all on there. All right, so I'm going to bake this at 400 for like 15 minutes maybe. And then obviously I'll check the temperature and everything. And then the last 5 or so minutes I'm going to throw the stuffed mushrooms on as well. Last little step while the mushrooms and chicken are finishing up cooking, I just put in some frozen mushrooms and quite a bit of frozen spinach that cooked down. And then I put in about half of a can of that small bit of cream of chicken, and I'm going to let that heat up, and this is going to kind of be like a sauce that I'm going to top the chicken with. I probably could have stuffed it, like stuffed the chicken breast, but sauce on top is good too. Here it is, my smothered potato chip encrusted baked chicken and artichoke and spinach stuffed portobello mushrooms. And I had more of everything. Tons more chicken, obviously tons more chips, 3 more of these plus a whole nother 6-pack, more of all of that. So I could have definitely made this for a full family dinner. But that's it for tonight. All right, here's our next meal. I'm going to be eating this for dinner. It could definitely be a lunch or even a breakfast if you would like. But I'm going to make just a cheese quesadilla with some tortillas, the cheese, and then the butter with that. And then I think I'm going to put a little bit of jalapeno in that as well. I could definitely put some of the chicken that I found in there, but I don't want to. It's actually thawing in the fridge right now, so I'm going to use some of that tomorrow. But for right now, I'm just going to stick with cheese. And then I'm going to dip that in this salsa. And then I'm going to try, I'm not sure how it's going to work, I'm going to try to make some refried beans with these beans. I don't know if this is like a thing that is going to work because they're Great Northern beans. It's not the typical refried bean, but I'm going to try it. And I'm going to add some jalapeno in that and some chicken bone broth to give that a little bit more flavor, I think, as well. Maybe some cumin as well. I love cumin. So I will let you know how it goes. And here's the final product. I don't usually make quesadillas on corn tortillas, but I think it will be good. They are very nice and shiny. I put them in the pan in butter, so that's why they look like that, but they'll be tasty. Dipped in this organic mild salsa. And then the beans themselves are actually pretty tasty as well. They're white, obviously, because they're Great Northern beans, but like I said, I put in some jalapeno. And I really loaded it up with this ground cumin, which is also from dumpster diving a very long time ago. As you can see, there's a 19, so that must be from 2019. Was it really that old? Whatever. It tastes great, smells great, so I used that in there. And I actually ended up putting them in the blender because I was not able to mash them as nicely as I wanted to. And here they are, so I'm going to enjoy that. And I'm going to eat this with, or drink a Diet Cola with it, so not the healthiest of meals, but not too bad and super tasty, I'm sure. Alright, next up is breakfast again, and I am going to be using these ingredients for breakfast this morning. I'm going to make some French toast over here, and then, as well as with these, and then over here I'm just going to make a little bit of tea, and I will of course share this with all of you. And let me get started, and I'll be right back to update. Okay, here we go. So I made a dredge of just some of that milk, 2 eggs, and cinnamon. Here's one of my French toasts cooking, and then over here I just have some honey and a little bit of cinnamon caramelizing with these bananas. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. And then I have some water starting to boil for the lemon honey cinnamon tea. Here's the finished breakfast product. I have my French toast with my caramelized honey bananas on top, and then a little bit of this pure maple syrup. I found a whole bunch of these a while ago, and I believe this is my last one now. So just a little bit of that, and then I got this cute Starbucks cup for Christmas. It has my name on it, so I figured I'd use it. This is the tea. It's just, I didn't use measurements, but I'd estimate about a half a tablespoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of honey, and then I used the juice from 2 small lemons. It's very lemony flavor. I love that, so that's why I used 2 lemons. If you don't want such a lemony flavor, maybe use 1, and then just put in boiling, or not boiling, yeah, kind of boiling, really hot water, mix it together, let it cool a little bit, and super delicious. So this is breakfast. So I'm starting right now to make some veggie broth to be the base of more soups and such, since I only found that one little bit of beef bone broth. And all of this, again, came from the dumpster. It was all free, so this veggie broth at the end of the day is going to be free. It's just a little bit more work than finding a a box of it, but it's going to be fresh, it's going to be delicious, and I made it, so that's super fun. But what I have in here right now, I'm just getting it started. It's 6:12 at the moment, so this is going to simmer for a few hours once I get it boiling, is onions, mushrooms, bell pepper scraps, orange, yellow, red, green, a few zucchini scraps. There is celery in here somewhere, and then quite a bit of some greens like spinach and stuff like that that I had frozen that was a little bit past its prime. So all of that, and then I thought it was a great idea. I was like, what else can I add in here? And I just looked around at things that I had found in the dumpster. Here's a piece of it. I just added a whole bag of original beef jerky, and it's organic, so that's cool. I figured it would make it, well, I guess it's not even veggie broth anymore. It would make it a little more beefier flavor, a little saltier, so I won't have to add as much salt. And I just thought it'd be a cool addition. So I will keep you guys updated on when this is closer to being finished. Like I said, it's just starting now, and I'm excited. Here is the finished product. I have a ton of broth. This is like a giant jar. I didn't measure it out or anything, but it's very large. I originally had it in this also large jar, but it was way too small. This is all of it, and then all the scraps. Actually, look at all that broth that's still down there. I could probably re-strain this. I'm not sure if I will, though. But all of these scraps, minus the little beef parts that I'm going to have to pluck out, will go into the compost. So that is fabulous. Now I have so much broth to make lots of soup with. This is a sad clip, guys. I tried to make tomato paste. I looked up a recipe. I followed it. I used literally 7 pounds of those tomatoes that I had about. And here we are. I was going to use this for some minestrone soup. I only saved, I think, 5 tomatoes. So I guess I'll just use like the sauce of the tomatoes. I'm not going to worry about making a paste anymore because obviously that did not work. Alright, I have so many things going on right now in this kitchen, but the main task at hand here is lunch. Well, if we're being honest, it's dinner time. And this is what I started with. I haven't even hauled these yet. You'll probably see them before this video, but I found 2 bags of mixed steamed vegetables, which is great. I was actually looking for all these things except the fact that they're mixed together. So I'm going to deal with this on a different day, but I separated out, I think, all of the green beans and a few of the peas into this bowl. And then over here, you saw my failed attempt at tomato paste, so I'm taking a different route, and this seems to be going better. So I'm going to add that into here soon. These are the beans just doing their thing in that vegetable broth that I made. And I'm going to make a minestrone soup here real quick. I'm also going to add some zucchinis that I found, some spinach, and I think some of those chicken tortellini. I believe that's everything. Maybe a few like actual cooked tomatoes. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes, but I know when I eat minestrone at Olive Garden, there's chunks of tomatoes in it. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I hope you can hear with everything going on in the background, but here's my finished minestrone. Super nice and warm, looks delicious. I ended up putting too many noodles in, so when I eat this again, it's going to be less of a soup and more of noodles, but for today, super delicious. I'm back with the minestrone because I just ate it and it was absolutely delicious, and I don't think I explained the ingredients well enough if anybody wanted to like semi-recreate it. So you saw me make that broth. I made that a few days ago with all the vegetables and everything. Super tasty. I put that in there, and then I had the Great Northern beans cooking and softening in there as well. And then I put in the tomato paste that I made, or the simmering tomato sauce in there as well, to give it more of a tomato base. These are the chicken tortellini from Aldi. I also have spinach, green beans, peas, zucchini, and a few diced tomatoes. And then I just cooked the beans first, and then kept those in, added the zucchini, and then added the green beans and peas, then added the spinach, and then finally added the tortellini, and it's very, very tasty. Okay, don't mind the messy background. Like I said with the minestrone, my kitchen is a mess right now. But we're experimenting here a little bit. I found a mini dash ice cream maker, like I think it's called My Pint ice cream or something like that, at the thrift store for $5. So I grabbed that. And I was like, I can try this out with some of the things that I find this week. So I mixed together 3 bananas and some of this chocolate dairy and almond milk that I found, as well as some of this vanilla extract that I found a very long time ago, and a little bit of cinnamon. So I'm going to pour this in here and then plug it in over there, and it has to churn for a while, and then I'll hopefully let you guys know how it goes. So here's the ice cream. It's definitely not ice cream. I was hoping, but I pretty much knew it wouldn't work out because there's no fat in here. I didn't have heavy cream or anything. I just haven't found that. But it's very tasty. Like, the flavor's delicious. I added a few peanuts on top, and then I'm going to put some caramel drizzle as well and enjoy. Alright, I have to go to work early today, so we're keeping it real simple. I'm just going to have a bowl of these cinnamon crunch and top it with some dairy almond milk and call it a day. I could have some blueberries or bananas or something on the side, but I think I'm just going to stick with cereal. We are trying something new again. I found this super fun vintage pasta shaper thing with a whole bunch of different attachments at the thrift store for $5, so I picked that up, and I decided I'm going to try to make my own pasta, and it's going to be very basic. Eggs and flour, literally that's it. Salt, I suppose. I was going to make one that had butter and milk in it, but then I realized that the milk that I have is vanilla flavored. So we're just going to go the basic route, hope it turns out. Obviously, I'll let you guys know, but I also made some onion powder. It's not quite powder, but it is delicious, I should say. I also found a dehydrator at the thrift store, and I think I cut these a little bit too thick because they're taking much, much longer than they need to be, but it's just straight up onion powder, so that's awesome. And a fun addition to my spice cabinet. I ended up only doing half of the recipe, just 1 egg and half a cup of flour, but it didn't quite suck up all the flour. So I got this little tiny ball of dough, and it said I can let it cool in the fridge overnight, and since it's 11, I think that's fine, and I will wake up in the morning and put it in that little machine and hopefully get some noodles. And if it doesn't end up working out, I do have, you know, ravioli or tortellini and even like macaroni noodles that I can utilize for recipes, but hoping this works. Back with the pasta. For me, it's the next morning, and I use my little machine, and technically it works. So I have these really cute, super cute little noodles. I used about half the dough for that. So it's going to be a small portion, but this thing is so hard. It's not really worth it. This took me so long to do. My arm is sore. I had to crank that thing so hard. These little top ones are super short, but that doesn't really matter. But I mean, they are nicely sized noodles, I suppose. But yeah, I'm going to do the other half and then eat a little bit of this for lunch. So I'm getting ready to make some Alfredo sauce. I think this is going to be the last recipe or meal on this video, but I have my water boiling. That's going to be for my noodles when I put them in. It ended up being a pretty good portion, actually. A little bit small, but super cute little noodles. And then we're going to see how the Alfredo sauce goes out. I'm using a lot of butter because, again, I don't have heavy cream with that fat in there. And I'm going to try to use not too much milk because, like I said earlier, I just realized that this is vanilla flavored, not just normal milk. So we're going to see how it goes. And then this white cheddar, since I don't have Parmesan, I think that will be fine. I'm really going to try to load it up with like the onion powder and then some salt, and then cook those up in some peas, and I'll show you all that. So fingers crossed this works. Alright, here it is. The noodles look great. The sauce, I'm going to say, it's okay. It coagulated a little bit strangely, probably because of the cheese. And I could taste the vanilla a little bit if I was thinking about it, but not too bad. So not the greatest sauce. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But this is it. This is the last meal for this video. I think I'm going to do this again soon. It was pretty fun. I ate like a queen. All of these meals were fabulous. I would say the minestrone was definitely my favorite. It was absolutely delicious. And it was all free. I didn't have to spend a single cent for any of these meals, and it was great. Super fun. I had to get a little creative there at some points, but thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Dumpster Cam, and I will be back soon with more dumpster diving, food, house, all sorts of these related videos soon. Thank you.